Hey folks, I'm Sir Glory, and welcome to part 24 of my campaign in Graviteam Tactics on the Luga line. This is the Raging Bridgehead DLC. We're playing the Peleshi campaign, and it's almost at its end. Izvoz here is our final objective, so we need to take this victory location. And we've got a tank company here, which has completed its movement for the turn actually. That's as far as it was ordered to go. So that will move north of Izvoz next turn. So we've got this battle, and it's probably going to be the last significant battle of the campaign. We've got a couple of companies of tanks and plenty of infantry. They've got some beat up units. We're not in the 100% condition ourselves, but we should have more than enough to see off these guys. We've been pushing and pushing for several well, since the beginning of the campaign, I suppose. So anyway, let's go ahead, deploy for the battle. Or perhaps not. The battle group that was there routed in here, I would imagine. Okay. Well, in that case, I suppose we're at the end of the turn. Did anything... Can I do any repairs? Not that it really matters at this point of the campaign. I had moved a tank Regiment HQ up, but everyone's moved too far away now. And you could, well, no, you could, but we need to move on to the next turn before we could do that. So let's go ahead, move on. And we've now reached 12 noon on the 9th of August. Judging by further reports, the German units did not return to their initial positions, and by the morning at 600 reached Izvoz. One of the Panzer III tanks from the 1st Panzer units down the bridge. I'm not sure what the incidental comments really meaning there, but yeah, so in previous turns, units were ordered to return to their positions because of what was probably these counterattacks. But we've gone ahead and pushed on, obviously, and done better here. So for the final orders then, how far can you guys reach? Not very. You've got plenty of fuel. You've got just over half ammo and fuel. So have you. So we will push on, make sure of our victory. So if you go to there, you enter there, and I'm going to view head up here. We'll bring this recon battalion, our company, up in there, you there. Bring the HQ up to here, although I could have kept it here to repair this company. Don't think it matters at this stage. And over here, let's have you move across there. You back to there. And these guns, over there. And we've got some reinforcements come in. You come all the way up to here, and that's an HQ, obviously. You come up there. Okay. I think that's enough. This is all we're really interested in here. We'll just hold these positions and we'll move on. Okay, so some battle groups in here seem to disband. We're attacking. And again, for some reason, although our infantry was ordered to move in here, it's not included in this battle. So it's just tanks up against whatever. So let's go ahead, do our deployment. which probably won't take very long if we've only got tanks. And we should really know what we're up against in here, given that it's all units that have fallen back. Okay, so let's get a label with the remnants of your Panzer IIIs, and I think we'll have you actually just set up here. Yeah, you sit in the woods. Kolb, I think there's high ground up here. So we'll bring you forward. Yeah, I think we'll set you a bit further back. I'm interested in you just covering Izvoz itself. I'm not worried about this area down in here. So if you were, for example, sitting in there, apart from having that tree right in front of you, no, actually it's not too good. That's a bit better. Let's have you there. You're okay there. So you just sit back in there, right? Mans, you're in good order. So we'll have you, didn't mean to hit Q there. We'll have Mans set up over here, and he may actually push. Well, I suppose he could push up through here. Why not? Yes, that's what we'll do. So Mans, you can start off in there. And Buchwald, you can sit in there. Yeah, that's decent enough. Right, Sal, you don't have, in fact, I suppose that is going to be our advance over there then. Are you down here? Yeah. Yeah. And there's unfortunately a wee ridge right ahead there. So if that's Sealer, and you can see up as far as the village. Right, so yeah, I guess we're going to switch positions then. Liebel and your tanks, you can stay there. Kolb. If you're down in here somewhere. No. Do you know, I think we're just going to leave this section. We're just going to attack from up here. So you get back on there. Kolb and Mans, you're going to lead or make the attack into Izvoz and beyond. Sal, if you're back in there. Yeah, okay. And we'll have damaged tanks back there. And Sealer with even more damaged tanks. I think you're going to sit back here in this forest, or on the edge of it. I think we might actually switch you over. That's pretty bad. Let's view. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so either you're in there. Nadler with more damage to tanks. Where do we want Nadler? Maybe over here. Yeah, so obviously nothing much to this one. In fact, I might just go ahead and fight the battle just now in this video. Yeah, let's go ahead. Finish deployment and start the game. And let's have Cold lead off then. Conserve, well, you don't need to conserve ammo. No, do conserve ammo because you might not actually have. I thought you were only at 0.7 or 70% of ammo. But you're looking good, never mind. Let's get you on the move. Then head down here, recce mode, just in whatever formation you're in. And you don't need to be buttoned. So you do that. Mans will have you recce up to this point. And just again keeping your formation, yeah, that's okay. Let's see what we encounter. I do really wish we had our motorised infantry along with us. Preferably with some artillery support, but I thought I saw a flash up there. I did. Ah, okay. What do we have? So there's at least one gun to deal with. Buchwald. Could you come forward to there? Let's see if we can't get vision on it. Yeah, it's well positioned. There's some feature of the terrain there that blocks vision of it. There's Lebo as well. Yeah. That's where it is, I think. Yes. So it's very well positioned to avoid contact, or avoid detection from over here. Let's get Sailor. Can any of your tanks move? Well, yes. Two of them, obviously. At least. You attack up to that position. Just try and get tanks to get some vision of that gun. And the fact that it's no longer firing across these tanks, I suspect they've dipped down out of his line of sight, and the same might be true over here. So, Kolb, once you get to that point, then I'll have you drive for there. Mans, you're going to just advance straight across here. Who's shooting? Buchwald. Okay. Why are you laying smoke? We'll have Buchwald and yeah, his companion again, just recce for now. And the Liebel, yeah, you've only got the one mobile tank, so we'll send it forward anyway. See what it can see. See there. You advanced about as far as I want you to. Okay. And from here, yeah, I wonder if the trees there mask the gun. It's up around there. Maybe the houses do. Anyway, not taking any fire from anything else in Izvoz. So hopefully it means that resistance is going to be light. Should, I suppose, keep an eye out. Let's check the map. No sign of any infantry. Now we do. There we are. Okay. So there is something in there. Mans. Go ahead, assault that position. Assault does mean yeah, buttoned, yes. Of course, you're getting into formation before you attack, still. Right, just remember it's only machine guns. You don't need to panic. Kolb, we'll leave you where you are for now. Liebel is, or the tank from Liebel's platoon that can move is on its way. Once you get up there, then you assault across there too. And Buchwald could probably send you forward just to add your fire power. Okay, Mans, let's see what you're up to. Not much. It's all very well suppressing them with your machine guns, but I would like to see some high explosives in there. There we go, that's more like it. And I think one of the two corpses there was the commander. Just hope this isn't Panfilov's main. Doesn't look like it. By this point they would have been peppering the tanks with their anti-tank guns. More troops over here. And there's a light machine gun. Ah. Obviously not too scared by the tanks. He's taken down. Was that somebody with a flamethrower on over here? No, it's just the machine gun he had on his back. I saw what I thought was a fuel tank strapped to his back. Okay, the position has been neutralised, I think. Let's have Label's tank advance up here now. Mans, you can stay where you are. We'll have Kolb, who's actually driven right over the top of some other infantry. Deal with them. Okay, I think there's somebody over here too. Yeah, there's a few infantry in this section. Well, let's just have Kolb. If you could just move slightly further forward up to the crossroads there, take up defensive positions. I was going to bring you over here, but we've got Label moving up there, or who is this? Stop calling him Label. Alexander moving up. So we'll have Mans. It's going to push forward. That gun's up there. If you could attack up to there and then assault out there. Alexander, if you attack up to there. Right, and if you get this area covered, let's have Sal, let's have you come a bit further forward. And Sealer, you've only got the two movable tanks, so you move a wee bit further as well. What about Nadler? You've got one immobilised tank, so where is it? Okay, come forward too. Right. Hopefully there's only the one gun up here. Well, there's a commander there, I spotted. Could be more than one gun. I'm just going to have to rely on some sharp shooting by Mans's tanks. Buchwald. Let's move you, I think, head to there. Kolb, have you got a disabled tank? Or are you just sitting back there waiting? No. This guy is. You push up here then. Mans. I don't like the fact that you've advanced apparently on your own. Alexander, are you going to shoot at that gun? Can you see it? Not from there, I don't think. Mans at you and fire. No, it's just the grass that's burning. Okay, you've got troops right ahead of you. Just cowering infantry it looks like. No sign of a gun. You're firing, good stuff. Yeah, let's see. No, it's obviously still active. Just go for it. Charge right towards it. And you will at least distract it and allow Mans to assault over there. I would hope. Let's see, have you disabled? Ah, you've disabled it. Somebody has. Well, that's good news. We've captured Izvoz now. Buchwald. We'll have you push over to actually sit on the capture point. And Kolb, you're going to cross the bridge. Or no, come over to Izvoz West. I think it's more important that we take that. Right, you've not uncovered any other guns, but it looks like something is shooting at you. So you fast move back here, and we'll just have Mans. Don't need to assault any longer, just take up defensive positions around there. I wonder what he's shooting at. Alexander. Somebody with an anti-tank rifle somewhere? I haven't spotted them if there is. Okay, yeah, you just pull back. Yeah, somewhere around there will do fine. That should be secure enough. Buchwald, you're shooting over there. And hopefully you will eventually move up to that position. And Mans, you're just regrouping up with the rest of your tanks. Cole's getting into position. Just infantry, yep. Taking heavy fire, so they shouldn't last. Okay. Just making sure we're not taking any other casualties. Although, I guess well, maybe the anti-tank gun up there managed to take these tanks out. Looks like you did try to move. I'm not seeing any obvious penetrations, so maybe you've just abandoned the tank. Maybe similar with Nadler there. But there is another gun. And there's a lot more infantry around here too. Label. Just reverse. And Mans is going to have to assault that position. Surprised that gun didn't shoot at the Panzer II. Is that another one back here? No, that's a truck. Okay, mans, there's your target. Gun crew's taking a few casualties. There's another gun somewhere, I think. Right. Disable them. And we'll have view reverse too. Is there another gun somewhere around? I'd expect at least 3 unless they had lost one in previous combat. But again, mans, we're going to have view, take up defensive positions, buttoned up there. There's the gun. Mans, priority target. For everyone. It's you, right, you as well. Can't see it. Right, well, we don't need to take the risk. Mans can still see it, I suppose. And just shot at it with some high X. Okay, but we're going to have mans just come back to here, hold defensive positions in the village. That gun's spotted again. It's still active. No, it's not. The crew has mostly been wiped out. Offering us a ceasefire, which we will maybe accept later. We've taken Izvoz West. We haven't taken the bridge, obviously, but we have found another gun down here. Okay, Kolb. You seem to have spotted said gun. Let's view assault. You can take that out. In fact, it's taken it already. In that case, forget that previous order. So if you come over to the bridge. So we still hold the farmstead, Izvoz and Izvoz West. And we just hold here. Buchwald, you're heading right up to there, but I want you slightly further forward. Right to the crossroads. And if Kolb can get to the bridge and secure that, then we'll call it a day. And there was something in the report earlier on talking about Panzer III being pushed off the bridge. So I guess that's the site of the incident. Kolb's tanks are moving quite slowly towards their objective. But they'll get there, I'm sure. Looks like that gun is completely out of action. Nothing else over here. Kolb, I'm actually thinking about, just to make sure we don't run out of time, let's get you across the bridge. Fast move, stay buttoned up, and just whatever formation you're in. Okay. And I think Alexander, we're going to have you come over here. In fact, let's have you just fast move. Because there's still somebody in the house here who would like machine gunned. Right. Let's check this bridge. It looks sturdy enough. I just wondered if that tank had been blown up over there, but it's just laying smoke. Is there still a tank in there? No, it's pulled back up here. I would imagine. I wonder what is being shot at. There's an. Are they trying to blow up this truck? Is that what the high X is over here, or are there still infantry spotted in the trenches? It must be the latter. Right, come on, Kolb, get a move on across the bridge. And then we can bring an end to this. Let's see, who wants to be the first? Right, there we go. You're charging directly across the bridge. Skid. Change your mind. Why? Right. If he heads across the bridge, he's not. He's 360 degree turn, or just 180. No. It looks like they are trying to follow the order. We've taken the bridge anyway, so we'll accept that. Got Izvoz, got the farmstead, got Izvoz west. So we'll accept their ceasefire and see where that leaves us. Okay, again, serious defeat for the Soviets. 10 casualties. Well, again, 10 casualties sounds great, but that's what 2 tank crews. So that must have been Nadler's tanks that we saw up on the ridge. Yeah, okay. But we captured 3 guns, 3 trucks. Took out 1 tank. Don't have any losses in here though. But they've lost almost everything. They had half their infantry left. They had 1 gun left somewhere. Undiscovered. Okay. Back to the operational map. And... oh, so now the infantry wants to attack. There's nothing there though. Let's allow them to move. Oh no, that's not an attack, is it? That's the end of the turn. Okay. Well, in that case, let's move on. Nothing to be said down here. The Soviets by this point were in full retreat. 113th and the 2nd Company, the 1st Panzer Regiment, had turned about to come back and help drive these guys off. We've still got a small group of forces around here, but I think I'm just going to end the campaign here. I think we've done enough. We've achieved our objectives, and we could do some repairs. Potentially, these guys have still to move. They should be up there already. Hang on. What am I doing wrong? Why can I not repair these tanks? Oh well, it doesn't matter, I suppose. Yeah, some folks are moving. Right, so you're going to move up there. You just stay where you are. You two. And you just march into there. Okay, and we'll move on to the next turn. Yeah, Soviets pulling back. Oh, I think these guys are just trying to retreat. So I will fight this battle off camera, I think, because this will be the end of the campaign. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and hope to see you again next time. Cheers.